this is Norma and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some Liberian pudding, and this one I'm going to be using some raisins, and I'm going to be putting it in a can and putting it in some water, put it on my stove and let it steam. I will be using this pan right here. It's a steaming pan that I got on Amazon. This is the top that you seal, and I'm going to show you the box that it came in case you want to buy one of them. I'm going to be using 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I'm going to use a teaspoon of baking powder, half a cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 cup of raisin, and that's raisins without seeds. I'm going to use half a cup of whole milk, 4 tablespoons of butter, that's unsalted butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I have a cup of all-purpose flour, and I'm just going to be using the pan to spray my pan before I cook my pudding. I put my butter in here, and I'm just going to start blending it. And I'm going to start to add the sugar gradually and blend. As you do that, scrape around the edges. I'm going to add some more sugar and start to blend. And now I'm going to add the last bit of sugar. Scrape around the edges. We want it real fluffy. And start to blend it. So I've blended it, and it's real fluffy. And I'm going on to the flour. I have the cup of flour right here. I've sifted it, and I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to bring back my sugar and my butter, and we're going to start adding the eggs one at a time. So this is the first egg, and if you hear some noise, I'm sorry, I'm doing laundry. That's the first egg. I'm going to add the next one. We want it light and fluffy. And I'm using 2 jumbo eggs. We're going to beat that. It's light and fluffy, and we're moving on to the next step. I have my half cup of whole milk, and I'm just going to pour in my vanilla extract and give that a stir. I'm going to take some of my flour and baking powder mixture and some of my milk, the whole milk, and some of the extract, the vanilla extract, and we're just going to blend that together. I'm putting the rest of the flour and baking powder and the rest of the whole milk and vanilla. And we're going to blend that up. Everything is well incorporated, and I'm just going to fold in the raisins. I have some water that I'm boiling, so I have my pan right here, and I'm just going to spray. I'm shaking this up so I can spray it into the pan. I have it sprayed, and I'm just going to pour my mixture in there. I've put it in there, and the pudding is going to swell when it starts to cook. So I'm going to put the top, like I said, this is the top. And we have to seal it. And I've sealed it, and this is what it's like. So let me show you what the box looks like in case you want to order one of these pudding pans. It's a non-stick steam pudding mold. That's what it's called. So in case you want to get it from Amazon, and is Mrs. Anderson's. So this is the box that it came in. Okay, I have a pot that I'm going to be cooking it in. That's why I'm boiling the water separate in another pot. But I don't want to just put my steamer in the bottom of my pot like this. I want to have air in between. So I have this. It's a little rack that has holes, and I'm just going to put that in the bottom of my pot, so my pudding pan don't just be sitting at the bottom of the pot on the stove, so it will have steam all around. And now I'm going to set my pudding pan on it, and I'm going to get that boiling water and just put it all around it before I transfer it to my stove. So let me get that boiling water, and we can start pouring it around the pan. When I put my pudding on the stove, I don't want the water to be cold. That's why I boil water to put on it, because I'm going to be doing it on low heat, because it's going to steam for an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm just going to be pouring the boiling water. You see all the steam coming up. And it's the steam that's going to cook my pudding. I put the water, and it's halfway on the pot. I'm going to take some foil paper. I'm going to seal it up, and then I'm going to put a top on it. I sealed it up with foil paper, and I'm taking it to my stove. I'm going to cover it and let it come back up to a boil, and then just put it down to low and let it stay for about 1 hour 15 minutes to 1 hour 20 minutes, and then I'm going to check it. I took the pot from the stove, and I'm taking my pudding pot out, and this is it. And I'm just going to unlash both sides. and this is the pudding. So you need to take a little skewer or toothpick and just stick it in and make sure that it comes out clean. Then you know your pudding is ready. So I'm going to take it and turn it onto my plate right here. So I took it out of the pudding pan and I'm just going to put some custard on it. You can skip that part if you don't want to add it, but I wanted some custard on mine. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button so each time I upload you will be notified. Bye bye.